we're meeting Scoundrels, a rock, soul and blues band made up of 4 young Londoners, Ned, George, Josh and Billy. These guys have got a rich tale to tell already, and it's only just begun. I'm going to fill you in quickly because they'll be doing the rest later. So music mogul Seymour Stein, the man responsible for finding the likes of Madonna, the Smiths and the Ramones, heard their demo and he flew halfway across the world to hear them play at Battle of the Bands. That night they lost, but I think the boys consider themselves winners anyway because Stein scooped them up and sent them packing to Louisiana. Why? We'll find out, but what I can tell you is Louisiana was the teacher and these boys were learning fast. I'm Charlie Collins, welcome to Teabreak.
The real reason why I'm calling you here is just to say my goodbyes to you, but you said please don't go. Please don't go back to the Gulf of Mexico.
Thank you very much for having us down to your studio today and invading the space like this. I hope you like how girly we've made it.
That's very
and your
nice.
individually lettered cupcake.
You know I really ought to thank you, Lord, 'cause there was no one.
Delicious.
Cheers guys.
Cheers.
Welcome to Teabreak.
Welcome. Thank you for having us.
No, thank you very much. So I have to be honest with you, I've been slightly stalking you for the last couple of days because I watched your documentary Go Sell Your Soul, which is a 6-part documentary following you from when you first arrived in Louisiana. Is it Lafayette?
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? So firstly, whose idea was it to make the documentary? Because it's something which I think is incredibly cool because when you first get to know a band you want to see the initial stages and you never get to see that.
Yeah.
You always get to see them once they're kind of a refined product or whatever, and you get to see you going on your journey.
On our little journey.
Whose idea was it to do that?
I guess it was Ned's, I think.
Well, it was kind of Tom, our manager Tom, kind of, when the whole idea came out for us to go to Louisiana when we were sent there by our boss Seymour, Tom thought, you know, it'd be a great idea to approach Pulse Films, who had done something for Mumford & Sons and done something for Blur, and sort of come up with a, you know, an idea that maybe they should back it, and that's what they did, and they got this guy called Wyatt Garfield, who's an amazing director, to come down and just follow us. And he actually he had pretty much as good a time as we did.
So how did you initially attract the attention of Seymour Stein? I've heard a little bit about it, but how did you get him to fly over to see you? What was it that made him?
He literally, all the demos that you send out, people just can't really be bothered to listen to them, or they don't have the time to do it. He did take the time, and he called back because it always had a sort of number and an email address, and he called back and he came up with this big grandiose idea about taking us and sending us to Louisiana to work with this guy called CC Adcock, who's a kind of swamp pop legend down there, and record our debut album and kind of generally get schooled by all the local musicians there and the vibe in Lafayette, and because everyone plays them, I mean, the most amazing instrumentalists, I think is the official phrase.
Musicians.
But, musicians is another one.
People what play music,
Yeah, my internal thesaurus isn't working very well.
So was the Deep South spirit something which Seymour saw in your music, or something that he sort of projected from himself onto your music? Do you think that you actually had that, or when you went out there you learnt it, or was it always there? Do you see what I'm trying to say?
I think we were always kind of into blues and soul. We all like blues and old soul music, but there's nothing can prepare you for where it actually came from. Nothing.
Definitely.
Do you find the music scene in London a bit boring, a bit dull now because you've been out there, or?
You can still search for it though. I mean, if you look hard, there's always something interesting going on.
Yeah.
That we can relate to, I guess.
And you find you sort of amalgamate with all the people who are flying the flag as well. So we know basically all of the other blues players in London.
Yeah.
You know,
cool.
Soul players and stuff like that.
We go for drinks and talk about the stuff we like to talk about.
Talk soul.
Talk soul.
Do you know? But it's not as. I mean, when we were in Lafayette, every night we'd go down to the Blue Moon Saloon, or we'd go down to on the weekends to Whiskey River, and listen to the Zydeco, Atmosphere. Just all these places every night, and every single night you go and see these incredible musicians, whether it was blues, country, soul, Zydeco, which we'd kind of never seen. It was just amazing. We were really.
Is that
really
what
lucky.
everyone does out there? Does everyone kind of, the evening comes or whatever, and they all head down to the water, I like to think.
Yeah.
But maybe not to the pubs, to
Yeah.
down to the piers. And
It's
then
why
flying
nobody's
it
ever.
on
It's,
there.
it's why no one's heard of them here. Is because they don't have to leave. They don't have to travel
No.
around the world to make money. They can just stay
Stay there.
in the same sort of 100-mile square radius per area and just play night after night, but get paid well, fed well.
You can just play those circuits and make a living, and they don't need to leave, like George said.
What's the food like that down there?
Awesome.
How
Pull,
much,
pull,
how
all
much
over,
weight
pull,
did you
pull.
put on?
Everything fried?
Poor boys.
Yeah, I
poor
put
boys.
probably about a stone, I think, at least.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
It's so mean. Like, how much weight did you put on? Yeah. Alright, okay. Yeah.
No, definitely. I mean, everything.
But that's a sign of how good the food was.
Everything is
Okay,
deep fried
enjoy
in
it while
duck
you're
fat.
out there, and then, you know.
It's amazing,
Yeah,
but
that's
the one
secret.
thing you miss is
Well, no, that's-
vegetables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I'd say you just have to
vegetables.
eat like a whole tomato, like an apple. It's just
Mm.
Because they do eat vegetables, but
Yeah.
the problem is they deep fry it in about half a kilo of butter.
Yeah.
And duck
Just
fat.
like one courgette and duck fat.
Yeah, so you're having a shrimp sandwich and you think, oh, this is hardly a seafood, but it's all fried in duck fat.
What's the best deep south recipe that you had out there, like a meal that stands out, or something that you could...
Crawfish etouffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the gumbo. I think
Oh
as
my
well.
God.
I love-
What is that?
Crawfish etouffee is about 1,000 crawfish painstakingly cooked and peeled,
Yeah.
and then cooked up into a sort of roux brew, which you have with rice and gravy.
amazing.
Sounds so
It's
good.
amazing.
Is it spicy as well, or not? Is there quite a lot of heat out there?
Yeah.
It's a fair
Love
amount.
that.
Pretty spicy.
Yeah. Sounds really good.
Yeah, it's pretty nostril blowing off.
So I had a look on your Facebook page the other day.
A lick.
I had a look on your Facebook page.
Scratch snip, yeah.
Had a look, and I saw that you guys wrote something about, after seeing the Alabama Shakes, that you felt a bit disillusioned by the music industry, which probably isn't just after you've seen them.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just a negative thing. You're saying it in a positive way, in that the Shakes had what you saw as, you know, the way that music should be. They were just people playing their instruments, and it was fun, and they were having fun. Do you think the Scoundrels, are you trying to kind of showcase this way of playing, and are you saying that you guys have got the remedy to this kind of problem with the music industry, the way that you are?
I think if you try and showcase it, you're thinking about a secondary thing. You're thinking about trying to showcase something.
Rather
Yeah.
than
If you
think
just
about...
have a good time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
will rub off on everybody
Yeah.
else.
Not
Yeah.
try and force
That's
it.
it.
Definitely. And it's just very refreshing when you see that level of substance over style, whereas
Yeah.
normally there's such an equal mix that it kind of detracts, and you get people in the crowd that kind of sort of not really looking at the music or listening, but they just want to be, you know, want to be viewed, and they're, I don't know.
So what's next for you guys? So you've done your tour with the Kooks. We haven't actually talked about that, but that's really cool. But are you going away again, or do you have any tours, or are you going to be playing in England? Or?
Yeah, we're off in about a week to America, and we're there for a little bit, and then we come back, and then we go off to South Africa for about 3 weeks to tour.
It's a hard
And then
life.
we come back, and then we come back, and we've got an EP coming out, so it's kind of half length. That's a half length album.
Is that Sexy Weekend?
That's the Sexy Weekend EP.
So good. I love that song.
It's a nice song.
Weekend.
And then we got another. I think we'll go and record the second album,
Yeah.
and we'll do festivals and
All
that's
sorts
it.
of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Right, so before you play a real song, we normally ask people to make up a little kind of like an advert jingle for the tea that we're drinking, which is Lady Grey. So I'm going to leave that up to you. God be with you.
Freestyling.
Lady Jane Grey, why'd you go away?
Why'd you go away?
Lady Jane Grey,
Lady Jane Grey,
why'd you go away?
why'd you go away?
You know I like your cupcakes, and I like your style. You know I like your cupcakes. I wanna fucking teabag you a while. Lady Jane Grey,
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 why'd you go away?
why'd you go away?
Why'd you go away?
Why'd you go away?
Why did you go away?
Why'd you go away? So good. Well done. That was brilliant. That was the Scoundrels. We're looking forward to them releasing their new EP, Sexy Weekend, which is coming soon. Now, we have got a whole load more shows coming your way, so you need to follow us. Follow us on Twitter under Charlie Presents, find our page on Facebook, and join our YouTube channel, 92 Circles. See you next time.
A sexy weekend, oh, and I'll be your man. We'll run to the coast, yeah, we're gonna play in the sand. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And if you get lonely, I promise you this, girl. Oh, you can come close, dear, rest in my pits. Well, then you call me up, say you're not gonna make it 'cause you've been held up. And my suspicions aroused, and I know you're faking it, you've been caught out. But I've been having those sexy weekends lately, yeah. All on my own, yeah. Sexy weekend lately, yeah. All on my own, yeah. Sexy weekend lately, yeah. All on my own, yeah. Sexy weekend lately, yeah. All on my own. Well, I might as well make the most of this situation while I'm here. As I hug on my pillow and I sip on my beer. Oh, no, I haven't had this much fun stalking on Facebook before. And I'm beginning to hit bullseye on that picture of you I put up by the fucking door. Yeah, your absence has made it clear you don't wanna be here. Yeah, the spiral of tears I've cried, I'm having a good time, enjoying a sexy weekend lately, yeah. All on my own, yeah. Sexy weekend lately, yeah. All on my own, yeah. Sexy weekend lately, yeah. All on my own, yeah. Sexy weekend